Okay, now it's recording. So, here's the class that we're doing today. The class we're doing today at the Sharonville Convention Community Center. And it's going to be a pour painting class. I can hold it for a little bit until I start painting, okay? So, you're going to need gloves. You're going to need to protect your area. You're going to need Floetrol, which is the main ingredient to your paint. You're going to need water mixed with a little Floetrol. You're going to need 2 chemicals. This is coconut milk anti-breakage serum. You can get it at Walmart. It's about $6. This is what coconut milk. This is what makes most of your cells. And so does the Floetrol. So does the Floetrol, which you can get at Home Depot. And it's Home Depot. Hi, Maria. It's about $13 a gallon, and this is cheaper, of course, it's smaller. But I do a lot of painting that way, so I buy the gallon. Paint is my acrylic paint that I have home. And I mix about this much paint, and I put about this much paint in here, and about that much Floetrol. And that's how much you get then.
Per 16 ounces.
It's 2 parts Floetrol to 1 part paint.
2 parts.
Floetrol to 1 part paint. So I put this much, if I put this much paint in, I double the amount of Floetrol. So now I'm getting this much paint out of just this much paint that was originally. Hi. It's what makes the paint flow.
So 2 parts Floetrol to 1 part paint.
Right. I put 2 or 3 drops of coconut serum. If I'm making a big amount of paint like this is probably an 8-ounce or 10-ounce glass, you put 2 or 3 drops of the serum in there, or silicone, one or the other. Some people do both, but I do one or the other.
One or the other, the silicone.
Or the coconut serum. If you put too much in, you're going to have an oily residue on the top of your painting at the end. So don't overdo the serums, okay? The paints are mixed. This is Artist Loft Cerulean Blue with Floetrol water plus coconut serum.
The tubes or what?
Tubes.
The tubes.
Just plain, you know, I get everything on sale. Whenever the paint's on sale, I run up and get it. This was actually an old tube of paint. It was clogged, it was gooey, it was horrible. And, whoops, I think it's still recording. So I put a lot of Floetrol, a little more than usual, plus I had to keep adding water and water and water. Yeah. But I got a whole big bottle of it. Yeah. Instead of, I only put about that much paint in. Yeah. And I mixed it, of course, not in here first. I mixed it in a bowl because you can't really mix or stir in here. Okay. So a bowl to mix the paint.
The name of the brand. I know I've seen it at Michael's.
Artist Loft or Liquitex Basics. Either one is good paint. And get them when they're on sale. Yeah. I get we were up to the white, and I used Artist Loft Flow Acrylic, white. And when you go to Flow paint already, then you have to add even less Floetrol, because it's already a Flow paint. Okay. So, and I use a lot of white, So, you need the gloves, you need the stirring sticks, you need straws, just for their sake, to repeat things again. Skewer, stirring sticks, okay? All right, so I'm going to see if this is, if it's working, there should be a red. It is. Yes, okay. So,
save those he gets the nuts and all these.
Save your yogurt cups. This is what your painting is going to stand on. The box is lined with freezer wrap. That's what I catch the paint in. This will dry in a day or so, and I can peel it off, and that's how I make the jewelry. This is...
Oh, it's on the freezer paper.
Yeah!
Oh, okay.
You got it now!
I got it. I'm trying to picture what?
Right, so it dries on here.
Yeah.
And then in a day or so, you just peel it right off. cut it to whatever shape you want it, and you can put it in here, you can put it in earrings, I put it in, I don't wear my ring up today, but you can,
Yeah, you brought your
okay?
jewelry.
So you need these whatchamacallits, and they're cheap, just start saving. Cottage cheese, yogurt container, and you also put a bigger cup like this. You know, when you have company, they throw the cup in the garbage, save them, then it'll sit a little higher, okay? Actually, I like a little higher because then I can get around the edge better. So, but this is, whoops. This is going to be my pour cup, so I didn't bring a bunch of these. So for this size canvas, which is, I think 14 by 14, this is plenty of paint. Obviously, the bigger the canvas, the more paint you're going to need. All right? So,
Are you gonna like put one color in, then rinse it, and put another color in so that
you're getting ahead of me. It'll all be explained. So, now this part is all ready, right? This is, you know, the preparation, mostly of the paints is what takes the most time. The actual pour does not take a long time. When I start pouring, I want you to all stand up, because I want you to see it.
Yeah.
It's really exciting to see it. So, first I line my paints up. Okay, I'm gonna have white, obviously. I'm going to have water. I don't need those anymore. Those are all preconditioned.
Okay.
This was about this much paint, twice the amount of Floetrol, a little bit of water, 2-3 drops of serum or not both, or silicone in them, okay? Stir, 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 a lot. Stir, stir, stir. And the consistency has to be like honey. Just like when you go like this off the stick, it's going to make a little tiny puddle. And I didn't bring, of course, everything to show you that today, but you'll see it on my YouTube channel, exactly how I pour the paint. All right. And now the fun part, you take the cup, right? Now there's several kinds of pours. There's, after this is full, and you fill it up to the top, you can, oh, I didn't bring that. You can take a piece of cardboard, if it's a big canvas. If it's a big canvas, you need to put it on the cardboard, go like this, on the cardboard, and slide it on. That's if it's a big canvas. When it's a small canvas like this, I could just take it right on the canvas.
This is off again.
This is full. That's all right. It's just saving.
Okay.
Okay. It's like this, and then I can lift because it's a small canvas.
So you got the full?
It's
cup?
full. Let's say this is full, and you can
Yeah.
see that today. When it's full, this way, and this way. And then I can either lift it, or if I put it here, I can drag it, and let a little bit out at a time. Then there's waterfall pour, which the canvas is at a side, on a side like this. I'll do it this way for the camera's sake. And you
It's not working.
It's working. It's working.
It's not red.
It doesn't have to be. It's okay. It's black. I can see from the front it's red. Okay. So it's black. I'm sorry, I'm talking to her. It's on the feet, and you get a beaker, you know, like a pitcher type with a beaker in front.
Yeah.
And this is full, but it has the beaker in the front, and a waterfall pour, you start up here, and just let it come down the side. That's the way I did the one that looked like the dragon or the sea creature. Okay, that's a waterfall pour. But today we're going to just do a simple, after this is full, I'm going to go like this, and then lift. And then,
it's all
I'm
floated up.
picturing the paint just, let's see if I saw it.
it will.
Yeah.
And after it does that, you'll start seeing a lot of cells.
Yeah.
I didn't bring for obvious reasons, I didn't bring my burner, because I didn't think that was smart to bring to this place.
Yeah.
But that's another tool that burns all the bubbles, all the air bubbles out, and it brings up more cells.
Is it like what my husband would use?
Yeah, right. Also a kitchen torch, a little small kitchen torch will work. But I didn't think that was a good idea
No.
to bring a
No.
propane burner in here.
No.
So, but we'll get a lot of cells anyway. So, I just want to make sure it's even, because otherwise your stuff's going to flow one way or other that you don't want it to go. So now we're going to prepare the paint, right? Here's the cup. And I'm going to just stop this for a second. Right?
Mhm.
Okay. So, Color, what do you start with?
White.
So some people prefer, it depends on the kind of pour you're doing. If they're doing a tree pour, they put white on the bottom last because whatever you put on the bottom is going to wind up on the in the middle at the end. So I don't think I'm going to do a tree pour, but I'm going to just do a simple drop, drop. Just drop and let the shift the sides of the painting because it's a small canvas, so I think we could do that. So I'm going to just start with blue. I don't like to put blue and yellow together because it makes an ugly green. So I'm going to separate those two. So I'm deciding right now what order. I'm going to put the two blues together, these two together, and white in between here and there. I'll open up the bottles and shake them a little first because they've been sitting overnight. This is, and I always label the colors because otherwise you can forget. This is Basics, Liquitex Basics, Cadmium Yellow, Deep Hue, Flow Trail Water, and Coconut Serum. This way I know it's been prepared. I don't have to, did I put that in there?
What if another bottle had the silicone? Would you not use it in this? You would?
Yeah, you can. This is Plaza Paints, you know, the Plaza store. Magenta with Flow Trail Water and Coconut Serum. I'm going to give it a little shake. Okay. Up. This one is Plaza Ultra Blue with Coconut Serum, Water, and Flow Trail. They all have Flow Trail in them. Some people, instead of using Flow Trail, they use Liquitex pouring medium. It's very expensive. Don't buy it. Flow Trail does the same thing, and it's much cheaper.
Where do you get that?
Flow Trail in the spray paint section of the Home Depot or
really?
Lowe's, wherever they sell machines that spray paint, because that's what it's used for. So here's that paint that was cruddy. Let's see how it works. Let's see how it does. If it has lumps in it, there'll be lumps in there.
No.
Okay, so the paint's ready.
Ursula, you said also that you could get that at Michael's, a small amount of the Flow Gel.
No, Flow Trail you can only get at Lowe's or Home Depot.
Okay.
So, this paint's ready. Now, I'll show you a little bit what the consistency looks like, because this has got a big mouth. So if you stand up for a second, this is already a flow paint, so I had to add very little. You just aim the camera down that way. Oh, closer, closer, closer. There you go. Now watch how it flows.
Yeah.
See how pretty?
Yep.
Very beautiful. See the inside?
And what is that mixture?
This is a Flow White, Artist Loft Flow White.
Okay.
Get it at Michael's in a big bottle. And very little Flow Trail because it's already a flow paint. Those were not flow paints. Those were just Liquitex Basics or Artist Loft.
You added.
But once you get a flow paint, you don't have to add much to that. Okay, so that's ready to go. Alrighty. So I think I'll start with white, a little bit at the bottom. Now, some people pour it right in, some people pour it down the side. It all depends on the pour you're going for. We're just going for a normal pour, so if it's a tree pour, they always pour it down the side so they can see the layers as they do it. So, down the side. Say, well, how much? Well, the cup's got to be full. There's probably going to be more paint than I actually need for this size canvas, but I'd rather have a little more than run out of paint. But you'll learn from working with it. Let's see how this, oh, it's pretty good. I don't see any lumps. That's good. And now the dark blue. So pretty. See how that flows?
Mm-hmm.
See, that's not flowing like regular acrylic.
And it's not mixing either on inside the cup, so.
Okay?
Unless you shook it,
Now,
I
one other thing
suppose.
you can do is spray this thing with a blaster silicone so that when you turn it over, it drops faster.
Oh.
But I didn't bring everything I have home.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
it'll
like
still
what
drop
the
with
side
patience.
is
It'll
looking
still
like.
drop with patience. And so I did. Okay, yellow. Oh almost there. Now I'm going to just repeat, I'm not going to put the blues because of that yellow. I'm going to put the white. That actually yellow usually does not turn green on me, but some of them do. The lighter yellows, oh God, they make a pea green, and I've had her destroy paintings for that. Okay, so, okay, put some of this. No, that's underneath there. That's more of the blue. Ooh, isn't that pretty?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, let's see what's going to happen. Now I've got lots of paint.
Yeah.
This is plenty of paint for 2 or 3. I might be able to do another, another technique for you. But I've got plenty of paint. Okay, so I think that's full enough. It's pretty full.
You just mix anything you like.
Well, if you watch Gina DeLuca, she'll tell you what combinations don't go good, what paintings are, what color is transparent, what's opaque. She's an expert. I'm pretty much a beginner at this stuff, all right? So I watch a lot of video to try to learn what to do, what not to do. A lot of it is experimental. Anyway, it pretty much does what it's going to want to do, even if you know.
Now,
Okay, so it's full.
You have different amounts of different colors? Is that
Yeah,
planned?
that's not so bad. That doesn't
I
matter that
mean,
much.
did you plan that, or was it a secret to why one
no.
is like an inch? and
Some
the other
people
is
measure everything. I don't.
Uh-huh.
I can't be bothered.
It's kind of like when you
I'm
cook.
just pretty much experimental. So this is heavy. So this has got to go here,
Okay.
here, and then you flip it quick. 1, 2, 3. Up. There you go. And you lay it down on the feet. Now you want to stand up and watch this. You want to get closer with the camera, please?
My arm's getting tired.
Come around here. Yeah, get right here. So when we lift this, it went dark again. Okay, let's stop it. That was perfect. Now you can see how. Come a little closer. Yeah, the perfect. I wanted them to see when it lifts. So I'm waiting for this to drop down. Okay, I'm waiting for this to drop down. It takes maybe a minute, 2 minutes. You want all of it to drop down. And you can use, I love experimenting with different, you like earth tones, I like to use metallic colors like copper and bronze and Payne's gray, which is like a black, and a white. That makes a beautiful pour painting. And you just experiment whatever colors. You'll find which ones work and which ones don't. And also, you say, well, what if you ruin it? So then we can do what we call a swipe. And I might do the swipe there. If this doesn't come out good, we'll do a swipe. A swipe always does lots of cells. And I think I brought it in last week, the one with the black at the top and the white underneath.
Yeah.
That's a swipe.
Okay.
And that was saving one that I didn't like. Okay, and I thought it turned out pretty good. This should be just about ready. You ready?
So when you say it's ready, what does that mean?
The paint has to drop.
Oh, okay, so it takes a few minutes.
Yeah, it's gravity.
Yeah.
Gravity's pulling it down from where it was up here. Now I can drag this. That's one technique, but if I was going to drag it, I should have started up here and then drag it around. But because it's in the middle and it's a small canvas, I'm going to just go like this.
Ooh, hey, look at the cells.
Holy cow.
Look how pretty.
Yeah.
I'll buy the cup.
It looks like a kaleidoscope.
Man, that is beautiful. I like the little lines.
Look inside the cup.
Oh my gosh.
It'll make cells even in the cup.
Oh, yeah.
And that's because of the silicone and the Floetrol.
What do you call cells? All these little circles?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You want to preserve as much of those as you can. So the longer I let that sit, 5 minutes, the more cells will come up. You cannot just leave that like that, because if the paint is on there too thick, it cracks. So you have to manipulate it. Some of those are going to have to go over the sides. And that breaks your heart. You know?
Yeah.
The trick is to have had enough paint on there not to have to let too much go over the side. And I got to put the gloves on because I always ruin my rings. I'm going to put them in here so I know just where they are. And we'll stop that a second. Another important thing that I forgot to tell you was, this is a small canvas, but if it was a bigger canvas, they coat the canvas first with white. with the, so
Before
that,
you- and let it
yeah,
dry?
before they even go, no.
Let it-
Before they put the cup and lift it, they coat the canvas with white so that when it does hit that, it flows better into a wet surface. I didn't do that. I forgot to do that, but I think it's going to be okay, although I could still add some white around the edge, just to make sure it flows. But it's so little surface I have to cover right now, I'm not too worried. Okay, I can always still add it. If this,
Would you use a brush to coat it, or just?
once they, well, they use a squeezy bottle. They put some of this in like a ketchup bottle with a tip
Yeah.
at the top. You can
Yeah.
get them at Walmart. It's like a mustard one or
Yeah, yeah.
and then you just like that, okay?
Okay.
And then when they coat the whole canvas, they take a spatula or they call it a cake pan knife, and they spread it all over. It doesn't have to be on thick. Just give it a surface for the
Okay.
paint to be able to flow
You
better.
use that to
Okay.
flow.
Because this is such a small canvas, I'm not too worried about that. But let's see what happens when I start. I have to decide what I want to lose. I don't like this that as much as I like this. So I'm going to go this way first. And the more you tilt, the bigger the cells get. The more you tilt, the more warp they get also. So I'm going like in circles. It's going to start going over the edge. I want to get rid of some of this on the side, so I don't mind. See how these cells are getting bigger? I like that. This is getting very warped.
Yeah,
So I might decide to let that run off, but we'll see. This is beautiful.
yeah.
This is really beautiful.
Yeah. It's like
In fact,
a butterfly's type wing type thing.
I'm going to let this go down this way a little bit. So it's all going into the box, which will become later dry, and that's what I use for the
jewelry.
jewelry. Let that go up there a little bit. I want to get rid of that gray.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to sacrifice other stuff. Let's go back. Gina DeLuca says always come back to the center again, where you started, which is there. And then go back, because it preserves the cells a little bit. Okay, come back quick. See how much it changes? So you really have no control. You really don't have a whole lot of control.
I just love this right here.
Yeah, I love that too. But I don't love that. But I might have to preserve some of that because I got too much red and blue up there. I'm gonna just let some of that at the top go off, but I want to keep the cells. So you're making decisions the whole time you're doing this. I love what's happening there. I don't mind some of that going off at the top. Now you can help this a little bit.
Sort of wet it a little.
Making it wet, yeah.
See why you need the box.
Yeah. You need the box. Okay, we're getting a little too warped up there. Let's go back. Same thing with it. Well, we're this close. Let's just get this
Now, if you
done.
had done the white on there, it might have, you wouldn't be using your thumb probably.
I might still have to.
You might have to.
But you see that it was a small canvas, so I really didn't have to do too much.
Yeah.
I love it, actually, this gray and white
Yeah.
now. So I'm going to get rid of some of that stuff that's going on up there. So there's constant decisions to make while you're doing this. As you can see, a lot gets poured off.
And all of that gets used later for something.
For jewelry.
She's making jewelry. So you're not, if that paint will dry and you're actually not including the paper, the freezer paper in your jewelry, or do you cut?
No, it peels right
It
off.
just
It's like
peels
plastic.
right off, just like that.
Like plastic. It's like leather.
Yeah.
Depending on how thick the paint is, it's like leather.
Cool.
Okay, so there's lots of nice cells going on here. So just wait a minute.
Look how pretty that,
More and more comes up.
that's so pretty. That looks like a flower, don't it?
So as it's doing that, you want to bring, look at all the cells on the side
Yeah.
even. You want to get rid of white paint, white canvas, where it didn't go over. And you could pull some of that up and do it too, or you could even dip into the bottle and do it. But you don't want to leave the white canvas on the edge. Okay. Okay. Okay,
You
so
say it can be used for jewelry, you mean you
this
peel it
dries.
off it and glue it on to
No.
metal jewelry, or what do you do?
That's a
You
pour.
just stick it into the jewelry.
That's a pour right there.
And
So
so
when
is this,
When this,
Oh, is that hollow? Is
Yeah.
that, so you just stick it in there?
well, I buy the tray,
Yeah,
the
and
jewelry
then,
tray.
then the
Then
pinch
I
is
cut it,
good.
because it's like leather.
Okay,
It's like thin leather, and fit it in there, and I glue it in with Mod Podge,
oh,
a drop or so of Mod Podge. Then I press it all in around the edge, and this one actually was resined because it didn't have, see that what she has on the top is a carbuncle, which is a magnifying glass. Some of the jewelry I buy comes with those already, some I order separately, and it magnifies actually even the picture. This one did not have that, so I put it in the resin. So, okay, let's see what's happening here. Oh, I better shut that off.
You could do that with old jewelry too.
Red light should be on, yes, it is on front here.
yeah.
So, okay, let's do the blue.
You need blue?
That blue's fine. Okay.
Oh, you can't see it the way you could
While
in
you're
the-
pouring it right in the middle. So let's
Oh.
pour it down the side next time.
Okay, pour it down the side.
Yeah, that's it, perfect. Don't forget, this is her first pour, so, all right, that's enough. And not the yellow, because that will, put the white again. Well, this time we had an awful lot of blue in it. And that's, you can control that too, with less of each color that you don't want to be desirable.
Just, well, it
Put
doesn't matter.
Put that turquoise again.
Okay.
So what have we got so far? White,
White, blue,
dark blue.
dark blue, white, light blue.
Okay, let's do magenta. So on the side. Now, you don't have to fill the cup with this because you're pouring it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, okay, that's enough. And let's put white again. Just a little bit. Okay, that's enough. And the dark blue. I think we're gonna skip the yellow. A little more.
A little more?
you're gonna skip the yellow in
Yeah,
this
that's
one?
enough. Okay, yeah, we're gonna skip the yellow. Okay, so now we're gonna purse it. See how it's in layers now when you pour it on the side?
Yeah.
See, it's in layers?
Oh, yeah.
See, it's in
Oh,
layers?
Wow, that's gonna be so pretty.
Okay, so now whatever we pour first is gonna be on the outside ring, and whatever's on the bottom is gonna be in the middle.
Middle, which is white.
Right, so we're gonna purse it just a little bit. Don't let it crack, all right? Because this is really not the
Yeah.
best cup to use. And you guys got it good?
Okay.
Purse it, yes, purse a little bit. Now, right in the middle, and start making little tiny little circles. Look, real slow. That's it.
And I'm not getting any other color.
There it'll come.
There it comes, there it comes.
You're making it come from here, make it come from here. So, oh, not too fast. What I'm seeing is some of the paint was a little thick.
Oh,
That's not her fault, that's my mixing fault. So I think, probably with a tree pour, this is a tree pour, probably a little thinner paint would have been better. I should have prepared it thinner, but we didn't know what we were going to do today, so it'll be fine.
yeah.
Now the white will start coming.
Mm-hmm.
No, my picture went off, does that,
That's why it's still working. Just keep going. Let me just show you something. Let's make the jiggles a little bit more, not so
Oh, okay.
like that, a little bit more like that kind
Yeah.
of a motion. You see the cells starting to come up?
Yeah, oh, yeah. Oops.
Stay in the middle, stay in the middle. If you can't do it that way, just do what you were doing. Keep going, we haven't gotten to the white yet. See how the outer layer was the last thing we put in?
And I can see the the cells, I'm getting a few cells anyway.
Try to keep the circles tiny, though. That's it. Keep the circles
I'm trying
tiny.
to get jerky too.
It's all right, just try to keep them tiny.
Teeny, tiny, tiny.
That's it. It takes practice, you know, it does, like anything else. She's doing a good job. There was a lot of white there, so we can have a lot of white. So if we had a beaker pitcher, she wouldn't have to be concentrating on that so much, and she'd be able to do the squiggles
Or
a
be
lot.
a
a little
picture
bit.
with a,
With a beaker in the front. Yeah, just like you know, a cooking tool.
well, you can get those for $1 at the Dollar Tree.
Okay.
About any size you want.
Great. Now I'm going to take some white and put it around the edges just to make it flow a little better. Because we said that the last time. Wait, the camera on. Pause a second. Paint all over it. That's not good.
But you can correct this, how you put it on the
Well, she
wall.
said I could add alcohol to get cells.
No, alcohol is to stop.
To stop the
to
cells.
no, it's to stop bubbles.
Oh,
And that's only.
what if, and I wanted to get more cells, what would I add?
Into the paint, you add
Oh.
the coconut syrup.
You can't do it like here.
No, not really.
Okay.
Sometimes I use blaster, and I've hit it.
Yeah,
with,
that's what it'll
I've
give
hit it
you.
with the blaster, but
Yeah.
and it does make cells that way. And people I've seen put drops of silicone here and there. Doesn't work as well. I don't think it works as well as when you actually put it right in the paint.
In the paint, yeah.
So you want the edges a little bit too with this stuff, so that it'll
But you
go.
look at here, how nicely it drips,
Mm-hmm.
like you have to hang it up this way.
Okay. So now the way she's going
I'm
to.
gonna tip it.
The way she's going to tip this is, I'll just start with gentle. Camera's going. Gentle circles.
I started moving with how you move picture.
Gentle circles. A little wider.
Oh, that looks like a big, pretty white rose in there. Looks like the weather.
Now you're going to try not to lose everything that you like. Like this is nice.
Oh,
So
beautiful.
this will probably go off a little bit. Okay. It is gorgeous. I just picked up in the store something called Deco Art Satin Enamel. And I've seen them add that to the paint, and it makes like a 3D effect of the cells. It makes the cells look 3D. So I haven't used that
See,
yet.
because that top doesn't want to move.
Give it tilt a little more. There you go.
Okay, there it goes.
Here you go. And as soon as it hits that edge, come back. There we go.
Look at this.
Oh, so pretty. Not too fast. If it's coming down too fast, go back up. Because you'll stretch that out too much.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta have your eyes all over when you're doing
Yeah.
this. Some people do a negative painting, which they leave some of the white edges. And some of them paint the canvas black. Like, put that down a second on the cups. That's pretty nice, just like that. It's got a very nice edge that's not even all the way around, and it's really pretty. And if you turn it, look at it from different angles also while you've got it down there. Because now it's decision time too. Do I want it to go all the way off the edge? Do I want to maintain some negative space? They call that negative space around the edge. Because we did put paint on it. That's another advantage of putting paint on the edge. The canvas is completely covered with paint. And I would turn it again. It also helps me with my tilting. If I want to tilt more this way, now with it facing that way, it's easier. So she's got to make a decision.
To get more of this color, I would tilt that way.
If you want more of this color,
This color.
yeah. But if you
And less
like,
of the dark,
anything.
or let it stretch out. Will it stretch the dark blue out some?
No, that'll go off the edge, and you'll have more of that showing. So that's where you have to make a decision.
Because I love this color.
Okay.
Not so much that
Well, then I
color.
would let it go off the edge a little bit.
Okay.
And do try to do the rounded thing again, you know, in round ways instead of just straight back. It's starting to stop moving, so you do have to start moving.
Like those strip ones on the side.
Making it go, yeah. You tilt it a little more. It'll go faster if you tilt it a little more.
I can see those.
I don't know.
I don't see any pink in it.
We didn't put pink.
Oh, you didn't put any in it?
Oh, no, we did put pink, didn't we? Yeah, we didn't
Yeah,
put
there's a
yellow.
little,
We didn't
no
put-
yellow, yeah.
We didn't put yellow.
The pink is kind of turned
Lavender.
lavender, yeah. Oh,
Okay, now, all right, put it down for a second. Here's another trick you could
because
do. You can take the paint that's in here, and if she is going to want to go off the edge, you can take, there's not a lot in here. So what I would do is make a little bit of paint up of the colors I had made.
yeah, because I'm losing one.
There's the pink, right there on the edge.
Yeah, right on the
Oh,
edge.
yeah. That adds to it.
On the edge. Get on this side again.
Yeah.
Some white.
What would happen if I let my glove strip?
Oh, I've done that. But it's
That
not
would
gonna
be
solve-
very
it's-
slow, yeah.
it's not going to solve your problem, really.
No.
So, okay. So I would just say, let's put a little bit of
Oh,
this.
yeah.
On the edge, on the edges.
I think I liked your right in the middle pour better than the,
Well, this is different.
Tree.
Yeah. This is the tree pour.
yeah.
Okay, ooh, okay, look at the cells.
Yeah.
All right, now, you want, the thing is now to let that go into that, to let that corner go into that,
Mhm.
and to let that go, and
Each
same-
corner, yeah.
Mhm. Take some courage.
Can I let it come back first?
Yes, you can.
Ooh, well, that
Oh,
side
gosh,
disappeared.
This is beautiful.
Stay on the box, though, okay?
Yeah. You're right.
Stay in the
Your
box.
eyes have to be everywhere.
Mhm.
See, I lost that corner piece over there because
Mhm. I tell you, it does have a mind of its own. Now, if we don't like this, we could swipe it.
I like it with the.
But I really love
Showing.
I love it, actually. I love the center. I'd let that go
Yeah.
off, just right off.
Good.
Yeah,
And
just
this one, this method here is called what? I know.
The tree.
The
Tree
tree,
fork.
okay.
Tree fork.
The tree, and this one was,
That's just drag, drop and drag, just drop.
Just drop.
Just drop, yeah.
boy, Ed'll be sorry he missed this one.
yeah,
I love your center, I really do.
yeah, but I'm losing. I want to keep my
Pink.
You want
Yeah.
to keep the pink?
yes.
Okay.
And see, I still have. If I don't move it, I still have some pink down in this corner. Not as much
Okay.
as.
Now we're going to use the straw a little bit. Show you
Oh,
what
and I see what
happens.
she's going to do with this.
Yeah.
Now, it's bringing up cells.
Cells, yeah.
See, it's bringing up cells even as, so sometimes I just let that sit for 5 minutes, half an hour, and it'll continue to bring up cells, and if I had the gun, it would bring up a lot more stuff.
And it's just appearing out of nowhere.
Yeah, yeah, and that's because of the chemical. Gonna make some beautiful jewelry. Okay, so I'm gonna do just a little blow, and what happens when you blow? Ooh,
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
well, that did something, didn't it? And it's always, it's always taking a chance when you do that. It's gonna continue to make cells. When you move the paint, it will make more cells. Just wanted to get rid of that white. It's okay, a little squiggle of it, but it was a little too overpowering.
Mhm.
So that blended everything in
And
better.
it does, yeah. You could probably give it
You want to
that.
give it a shot? Let me wipe this off. Well, here's another straw. Just got to open this up. Somebody with clean hands can open this up.
Whoa.
All right, just put it back up there. Oh, quick, 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 quick.
Oh, it's flowing, it's flowing.
Okay.
Okay.
Just go wash your
Put it more
hands.
towards you. Put it more towards you.
Yeah, center.
It's
Get it on the butt.
There you
Okay,
go.
good.
Got
You're-
it?
You're good now. Okay.
Okay.
It didn't move much. It was
Wash
pretty
your
much,
hands.
it was pretty much done with moving.
Now my hands are dirty.
I know, just
Can I-
give, yeah, I want to give her the clean end. Just go.
Oh, I
work
can
on
blow
that.
from your end. Wait,
Oh, here.
I don't, it
Here we
doesn't.
go.
There you go, grab the end. No, grab, yeah. Where you gonna put your nails?
Yeah.
Oh, that's, other end is cleaner. There
I
you
better
go.
go wash this off my hands, hadn't I? Boy.
Yeah, yeah, wash it off. Whoop, I got a lot of paint in here, I gotta clean this off. Let me get a paper towel. Gotta get the acrylic off right away, it's like,
I'm gonna blow it that way.
tenacious.
Yeah. Now, how do you get there when you move it?
There's a lot of
You
moss
just move it.
It's good also to have a lot of paper towels around you.
Oh, I'm dripping on my. Oh, I did too much, maybe come back up.
No, it didn't mess it up. And even if it does, you could swipe it to do it.
And let me see you do this with my 1 and 4
Just a
year
little bit
grandchild.
more this way. Okay.
Good grandchild, probably
Yeah,
better better than you would.
Oh, I don't think it's. Tenacious. Okay. Piece of newspaper.
We'd have to do enough to do a few of them. We'd have to do a whole lot better.
So what did you blow? Where did you blow?
Oh, wow.
I blew here, I tried to get the,
Turn on the faucet.
I
and
love
then,
the color. Now, you want to turn it around to see your composition. Because sometimes I like things going up instead of going horizontally.
yeah.
So when you turn it around, it'll tell you yes or no. So we keep turning it until it tells you. Sometimes you want the heavier color on the bottom, like it's coming down now this way.
It's easier.
Pretty. Colors
I
are
think I
pretty.
like it that way.
Yeah, with it coming down like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Let's
With
turn
the
it-
lighter pinks up
Okay.
on the top
We'll
like
turn it.
that.
We'll turn it 4 times. That's pretty too. I like that coming down like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, this doesn't work down here, does it?
Uh-uh. Take over the paper.
Okay, so she likes it like that.
Yeah.
Now, if you tilt it up, would that pink run down into that? Or
Yeah.
would you?
Well, I don't know, she might be, it might be done flowing. It gives you so much time to do that, because
Okay,
then it starts running out of paint.
okay.
So it just stops flowing, but look at all the terrific cells that are still coming up. And this center is so gorgeous. It's beautiful, just beautiful. So,
Is this still on?
no, yeah, it is, actually, we can shut it off. Take a close-up.
What's that?
Give me, I want to take a close-up.
Sure.
So this was
That was
Kathleen.
fun.
Whoa, oh, you could, if the picture's on, all right, cool. Kathleen, what'd you think?
That was amazing, the most fun I've had in a long time.
So this,
I'm gonna try it
I'm
again.
gonna give you guys a close-up on this. Made some fabulous cells and
I can see why it's
addictive.
addictive, yes.
Yes.